The Morning Talkshow. I'm your host, Nicholas Ganger, and today is May 6th, 2024. Welcome to the show. Where you can catch me live Monday through Friday, the majority of the time at 7 a.m., and always catch that replay on Spotify and YouTube. So, welcome to the show. I appreciate you swinging by. Today, I want to talk about what better time than now. It is a Monday, and you know how I love my Mondays. So, I want to stress to you what better time than now to get started? What better time than now to start taking the steps towards living your dreams? What better time than now than getting up and working towards something that you are passionate about, something you were meant to do on this God green earth? Because deep down inside of you, there is something that you truly care about, that you are passionate about. And I want to know what is stopping you. What is stopping you from going out there and getting it, going out there and reaching for it, going out there and working towards it, and going out there and not stopping until you win, until you succeed, and until you accomplish exactly what you are meant to accomplish while you have your time here on this earth? Because you are still living and breathing, and that means we still have a shot at doing exactly what we want. We still have a shot at doing exactly what we want and get out of this life. So please, please do not stop. Do not stop moving forward. Do not stop going for it, because this is your opportunity. So, what better time than now? What better time than now to go for it? What better time than now to live your best life? Because my idea of what I want out of my life, my goals and dreams are different than yours. They're different from somebody else's. So that's unique to yourself. That is what makes you tick. What should make you tick every single day. You should be thinking about, what do you want? What are you gonna do? I mean, obviously, majority of us work for a corporation, a company, uh, an institution. Some of us are entrepreneurs, but not all of us. So we are working for someone else to provide for our family. And maybe we love what we do, and maybe it doesn't seem like work to most of us, but to others, it does. It seems like, oh man, I gotta go back to this job. I hate this job. Another 9 to 5, yada yada. If you're doing that, if you're doing something that you don't truly care about, if you're doing something 8 to 10 hours a day, or if you're working two jobs and it's not fulfilling your life, you need to turn around and start doing something you care about. And I know it's not easy just to do it on a whim, because you do need to provide, you do need to pay for things. You have family, you need to put food on the table, you need to pay the mortgage, you need to pay your rent, you need to put gas in your car. Prices, inflation are just out of control. I know it's not easy, but you can start still making those small steps and doing the things that you care about, doing the things that you truly love. So when it's all said and done, when you do have a chance to look back at your life, you're gonna say, at least I did the best I could. At least I lived my best life. When I chose to do the things I was passionate about. I just didn't work the normal job where it was just a rat race my whole life. I just didn't do the normal tasks just to get by. If you're even doing that, if you're not wasting away, if you're just not floating away, right? So I would say the majority of people, you know, if you're not living your dream, you're living someone else's dream. And that's where we tend to, just find other things to make ourselves cope with it. Find other things to just deal with the monotonous day to day boredom. Like, what if you're just going to a job that you don't care about, that you have to do it just to provide, but if you're not getting anything out of it, you know, Les Brown had the perfect term. He called it spiritual suicide, right? So you're doing something over and over again, and but you don't really care about it. It doesn't feed your soul. So if you're doing something that's not feeding your soul, if you're not passionate about it, I think it's a disservice to yourself. So I think you need to take a hard look at what you truly care about. And I know you can't necessarily just, sometimes you might be a writer. You might love making music. You love drawing. You love doing all these things, and it might not pay right away. It might not provide enough money for you to survive right away. However, you can still do those things. You can still do those things to create joy in your life. I've published one, two, three, 4 books, and I never published them. I never published them to make money, as odd as that sounds. And although I do promote them, that was never my intention to write a book to make $1 million. No, I just wrote the book because I had this inside of myself that I wanted to get out. I wanted to share it with my family and friends, and I wanted to have something that would I could hold, something tangible, to look back on later on in life, or when my great grandchildren could read it and say, all right, this guy was pretty cool. He did it his way. I respect that, and something to look back and a memory, right? Because we have a lot of memories, but a lot of memories we don't remember. You know, as you go through life and we forget things along the way. You know, so it was good just to write certain things down throughout my travels. Experiences, to capture those into words, into book form, to share with people out in the world that maybe they get inspired as well to live their best life, to live their dreams. So just because you might be passionate about and you don't think you can make money doing it, it might not be about the money, FYI. It might not be about the money. It might be about doing something you truly care about that, feeds you, feeds your soul, and feeds your purpose. And, maybe the money will come later if you do it enough, if you perfect that creativity enough, if you're able to, you know, put it all together in harmony, you can make money. There's no doubt about it. But you gotta be obsessed. You gotta be obsessed about it, right? So it's important to find that time because I know you have that slice of time every single day. I know you still got those 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours minimum to do something you're passionate about, right? To do something that you truly love. So if you have that time every single day, if you can just carve out a piece of that time to do something you truly care about, whether it's making you money or not, feed your soul, feed your life. It'll give you a little purpose, give you a little more pep in your step every single day. When you wake up, right, you'll be looking forward to doing that every single day. And if you're going to a job you don't particularly care about, at least that's one thing that you can work towards. That what, I want to keep hammering away at this. I want to keep doing this because I love it. And eventually, you know, you don't know when that tide will turn. You don't know when you'll get your big break. The people, you have always heard the story. Like some people quit right before they succeed, right before they win, right on the 1 inch line, right on the 1 yard line, before they're about to score that touchdown, right? They stop, they quit right before they win because they just didn't keep going forward. They just didn't keep moving, right? So I want to implore to you to keep moving forward and ask yourself, what better time than now? What better time than now to start living your best life? Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, nothing is guaranteed. So the sooner you realize there's nothing guaranteed and we are up our backs against the wall and our own personal clocks are ticking every single day. Tick tock, tick tock. What do we got left, right? Tick tock, tick tock. What are we gonna do with the time left? And that's a serious question every single person should ask, right? Because we take so much for granted. I'm guilty of it myself. We take every day for granted sometimes, right? So the moment we can start being grateful, the moment we can, you know, just take a look at what we truly have on a macro level, right? Because we've already hit the lottery. We've already hit the lottery. Well, whether you believe it or not, we've hit the lottery in cosmos because we exist. If we're lucky enough to be born into, the West, there's other parts of the world that are great too, but we have been freaking spoiled with technology, right? Living in the first world. I'm not saying living in a third world isn't a beautiful life because it is. I've done it, but the opportunities, there's just so many more opportunities sometimes being where we are, depending on where you are in the West, in the United States, Canada, Europe. There's just, don't get me wrong, there's opportunities in Asia, there's opportunities all over the world, don't get me wrong. But to have these opportunities growing up, going to school, having water, electricity, right? Those are, take those things for granted, but there's a lot of parts of the world that don't have water and electricity right now still. SARS Apostle, they didn't get electricity in 2001. Sometimes there's water issues there in Panama. So just because you can go to the faucet and get that water and drink it every single day, you think it's going to be there every single moment you turn that knob. You know, every single day you wake up, your dream's going to be waiting for you to turn that turn that turn that knob again on what you want to do. Make that choice. Do you want to go? Make that choice. You want to work towards it. Turn it again. Do you want to keep fighting for it? Turn it again. Do you have enough left in the tank to keep working towards it? Are you gonna quit today? Are you gonna wake up when that alarm rings, or are you just gonna hit the snooze? It's a battle between the ears. It's a battle between the ears. And what you truly want, what you truly want out of this life. 'Cause that's what really all boils down to. It really all boils down to what do you want out of this life, and what are you content with? What are you happy with? And the standards you set on yourself. The standards you set on yourself, because there's if you don't take the time to take care of yourself, your mind, body, and soul is going to just deteriorate. Right? It's important to take care of your vehicle, which is your body. It's important to take care of yourself. If you can take care of yourself, if you have the energy, if you can feed your brain, feed your heart and your soul, right? Not just with healthy food, but with with healthy people around you, right? Turning off the trash that might be the television or the movies or what have you, or too much screen time. Just allowing nature in, right? Going outside for a hike, going outside for a nice walk, hiking a mountain, swimming in the ocean, right? We're meant to be in nature as much as possible. I know it's not easy, right? Try living in a city, right? If you're listening, see how much nature you have in that city. The faster we can connect to this universe, the faster we can connect to this universe, we will tap into our greatness. We will tap into something special. The famous line I always think of a joke from George Carlin. It's like, why don't when I was a kid, just go outside and play with a stick. These kids these days, they don't even go outside and play with an effing stick. And it's true, right? As kids, now we see a lot of kids. I have to freaking rip the tablet or phone away from my children when they grab it because I don't have too much time on it. And that's a battle. But when I see my child or my son go outside and play with sticks, and of course he's bringing all the sticks in the house. I'm like, why the hell are you bringing sticks in the house right now? So like, I can't have it both ways, right? So connecting, connecting again, getting, especially with the warm weather coming, get outside. Get, I would say breathe that fresh air, but with the chemtrails up top, I can't say that. But get outside again, right? It feels much better outside than inside every day. So, what better time than now to start taking care of yourself, to start working towards your dream? What better time than now? So, thank you again for joining me today. Truly appreciate you swinging by. You can catch me here live on my Facebook and YouTube channel every day, Monday through Friday. And that's the replay on Conquering Hill at YouTube and Spotify. So, thanks again. I want you to have a great week. I'll see you tomorrow.